continuing my deep dive into the Titanic, here are some facts that I didn't know before now. This is the first class lounge, well, a replica of the first class lounge in the Titanic, which was like the most amazing bougie chill place to be on the boat. I would not have been in first class, so I guess this is all I'm going to get. But interestingly, where it was on the boat, it was exactly where the boat split in two. So it was also the worst place to be on the boat when that was happening. So fun fact, because of where it was, the first class lounge was completely obliterated as the boat split and it sunk. However, one thing did survive, and they didn't know until the 1980s when they went down and got to have a look. But there was a very famous fake fire piece in the first class lounge, didn't work. And there was this Greek statue thing. They found it. It's the only surviving piece of the first class lounge is the statue that was on the mantelpiece, and it fell 4 kilometers through the ocean, landed at the bottom, and has been there for 100 years. Cool. Another really cool fact is that before the 1980s, before they found the wreck of the Titanic, they always thought that the Titanic just sunk all in one go, just sort of majestically slipped under the waves and went down. No, it was way more dramatic. It literally split in half. If you've seen the movie, then you know. And they know this for sure and more accurately exactly where it split because they found part of the double bottom of the Titanic. So for those of you that didn't know, bit of engineering geekery, this is the skeleton of Titanic, and it had this safety feature, which was a double bottom hull. I think is that the term. Anyway, so you would have the bottom of the boat, and then there would be air, and then they built a second bottom of the boat, which meant that if you had the unfortunate scrape along the bottom of the boat, then it would be fine, because just the small section of air would fill with water, but it wouldn't really affect the boat. I wish they'd done that all the way around. Can you imagine? Anyway, so this had a very particular safety of a double bottom floor, and that's the bit where they found it precisely in the middle, so they know exactly where it cracked and split. Again, just to emphasize how strong this is, it was like a steel exoskeleton, doubly strong. This was one of the strongest bottoms of a boat that you could physically get for the time, and it snapped as if it was wet cardboard, literally just ripped. That's the pressure that was on this boat to split in half. It had to go through the double floor. So yeah, just physics wise, bending and breaking the steel bottom of a boat is a lot, but the fact that it had essentially two bottoms, and it just ripped through, the amount of pressure that was on this thing. Gosh, Mother Nature, do not mess with her. One more little cool thing about the Titanic. It had this relatively new tech, which was these whistles that were applied, because any boat that had a steam engine could have whistles these big organ looking ones that were on the pillory pipe things, which meant it was so much safer because you could signal to other ships beep, get out the way, better than just shouting. And they were lost for over 100 years. They were found in the 80s. One set was found intact. I don't know if this is the intact or the not intact. Anyway, they managed to get them from the bottom of the ocean, bring them up, restore them, and then in the 1990s, they got to play the Titanic's whistles for the first time in 100 years, and I just thought that was cool. There's a YouTube video called Ocean Liner Designs, and he's got the video of so you can hear the sound of what the Titanic's warning whistle would have been. Just for those that are extra geeky. Okay, have a good week. I hope you enjoyed that.